Hi, I'm Blisy. Hey guys, if you enjoy this video, I appreciate a like, comment, sub, and little bell notification. Thanks so much, enjoy. This video was made possible thanks to my sponsors and donators. This video wouldn't be possible without you. Thank you guys so much. Now enjoy the video. Hey everyone, today is just going to be a quick video of my final battle of the season in the Brave Bird Battlers League. This is against my friend and mod, Green Darkness. He's the one who invited me to the league, actually. So it is only fair he is the one who whoops me and takes me out of the league. So I actually did probably the most team building I've ever done in the league so far against him. Now, I originally... So let me talk about my plan a little bit. My plan was... originally, I wanted to go more opposite direction than Trick Room. So part of the reason was he had two very powerful dark types, which is these two Pokemon, and I typically run two very powerful psychic, not powerful, but I typically run two psychic types. And while Uxie always kills itself immediately, Cresselia actually has moves and the ability to live for longer than 2 seconds, even though also she typically kills herself right away. But I was still nervous about that because even though they're both very bulky, Hoopa and Drapion both, it's hard to cover both physical and special at the same time, especially if one of them was Z-moving it. And so initially my plan was to go Quick Feet Ursaring and have a surprise burst of speed against a team that maybe he was prepared for with slowness, but at the end of the day, my comp was, I was basically just too afraid to hard commit to that, and so instead what I ended up doing was a few gimmicks here. You know, these 4 Pokemon are the same. So, and the idea is that Ursaring should be so powerful that it can just plow through checks, and it has the coverage basically to kill everything on his team. Cresselia is largely the same. I was debating on making it like a CM sweeper for a while, and not, like, again, I was going to not run Trick Room, run Quick Feet Ursaring with a Poison Orb, and go sub-CM Cresselia was my initial plan, and I basically chickened out. And so to say what I did was, I had some interesting sets. We'll show you here. Get the battle started. So I lead with Garchomp, and he leads with Drapion. Now, I was thinking, okay, he's going to be afraid of the EQ right away, or me, and so I just go for a Whirlpool right away. And he goes into Togekiss, and so this is a trapping Garchomp. It's meant to lure in this Ferrothorn and just, like, kill it. It's also actually very good against Volcarona, which is a Pokemon I was sure he would bring, because, I mean, damn, that's a good Pokemon, and it's good against Psychic types, and I don't have a lot of resists for it, so. However, my Whirlpool missed, but that's fine, because there was no reason for him to double here. So I go into Cresselia, who can take whatever this thing's going to throw at me. And I was very surprised at how much damage that did, actually. So anyway, I just Ice Beam because it's just the safe move right now. No reason to overpredict too early on. Go back into Garchomp. Again, it's the safe move here. And he goes for the Z-Power, which... a little weird, if you ask me, actually. I don't know if he thought... So, I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. The reason I think it's a fine play is because I basically had no Dark Resists except for this Crawdon here, who was not taking that. So, I think that's why it was fine. But as you can see, it didn't do much to this Garchomp. And this Garchomp is, like, pretty bulky, but still. So, that's fine. So he goes back into Togekiss. I Whirlpool again just to make sure I can trap it. I mean, I have the item that makes it do way more damage with the trapping moves per turn. I think it's Binding Band. So I go into Cress again, and this is chunking my Cress. I was actually so surprised. So I decide to Moonlight here because I do want to keep Cress alive. It's my switch into this Togekiss, and I don't have to sack it right away. So I'm probably going to do Trick Room here on this turn. I think that's what I go for here, yeah. So that's fine. He goes into his Hoopa, and I Moonlight up. I was just planning on, like, doing some stalling for a little bit. I go into Garchomp because I have nothing for this thing, man. It's so much damage, and I just... I did not have anything bulky enough to be able to take this. And so I go into Earth's Ring knowing he's going to Shadow Ball. Now here he gets me. This is where... so I figured he would be maybe running at least one slow, strong Pokemon to be able to deal with my Trick Room team. And I figured, I actually did know Hoopa had Focus Blast. I knew this. I was basically hoping either A, Hoopa was slower. I thought there's no way a Hoopa could become slower than me. So I will Swords Dance up as he switches into Ferrothorn, or more likely Mega Kanga. Oh, actually, I didn't Swords Dance this turn. Actually, I'm sorry. I did not Swords Dance this turn because I knew I only had one Trick Room turn remaining. I was like, I'm just going to go for big damage. And I went for Facade, or I might have gone for Fire Punch because that would have been the best neutral damage I could get. But actually, he put, I believe it's an Iron Ball, which makes you heavier and slows you down. I didn't even think that item existed because normally it's not an item you run. And that's something cool about this draft format thing. Again, I've never played in draft format. This is not a John, but the item diversity is very interesting already. Like just the creative and sets to catch people off guard is very interesting. Even I did it. I did it with Garchomp at the Whirlpool trapping Lore Garchomp. Like, what? So this Hoopa was pretty cool. It was really, really good. He just murdered me with it. And at this point, I was like, okay, well, here's where I'm going to catch him. So I go into Chandelure. This thing, I was like, okay, he's going to think I'm going to kill him with it. But I actually Trick Room because this set is no joke. It's basically the same thing as Uxie. And he fakes out without Mega Evolving, which is smart. Or no, maybe he doesn't have Mega Kangaskhan. I think they have to Mega Evolve if they're Mega. So that's not a Mega Kangaskhan, right? That's just a regular Kanga. So I'm Memento on this Hoopa, so it's just not going to do any damage. Goodbye. So it serves the same purpose. See, he was a fake out even. The Chandelure, I drafted it because 80 is slow enough to be good in Trick Room, but also it can kill itself. So going to Crawdaunt, and I'm going to SD up here, I believe. Yeah. And so now I'm going to be able to... I'm going to try and Oko this thing with Knockoff, but it doesn't really matter because it's slower than me, because it's a Ferrothorn. And then I die. And at this point, it's like, okay, well... what can I do? But actually, I was really thinking, and I was like, well, I was thinking about forfeiting here. But actually, looking at his team, I know I'm slower than Ferrothorn, so I'm going to go into Camera Up. I know this Ferrothorn is probably slower than me, so I go into Camera Up here, right? And I'm going to just go for a Fire Blast. It'll kill this thing, obviously, but I might even Earth Power, but it'll do a bunch of damage, basically, even if it doesn't, like, to whatever comes in. I Rock Slide, thinking Volcarona could come in. That's what I did that for. Which is a bit of a mistake because it gives away that I can kill the Volcarona. But anyway, he goes into Volk, and I'm like, oh, does he think he can set up or kill on me? But actually, he had Hidden Power Water, so I died. I actually think if this thing wasn't running HP Water, this game was winnable just off of Cress and Camerupt alone, because Camerupt does so much damage to his entire team. But at this point, I forfeit because there's just... Garchomp and Cress are both non-damaging Mons. Green Darkness played very well and prepared for my team very well, so that was a really good win by him. The first battle where Ursaring basically just didn't murder everything it touched, so that's a little sad, but that's fine. Good game to you, Green Darkness. I'll let the battle end out, so it says I forfeit. Good game, and hopefully I'll be able to play in BBL next season. So hope you guys enjoyed these little showdown matches. I do intend to eventually start doing some more battling. And maybe some other stuff, but like not showdown battling. Like I would do some Wi-Fi battling. I really do want to get into VGC, and I just never ended up doing it. Anyway, I don't want to ramble on too much, so thank you guys for watching. Thank you for inviting me to the BBL and for this battle, Green Darkness, and I'll see you guys later today with the stream, actually, because this will go up on Friday. Bye-bye.